Released in 1980 for the Atari 2600, we have Boxing by Activision. Let's pop it in the old 2600 and fire it up. Alright, so in the late 1970s and early 1980s, it was very common to take a popular sport and convert it to a video game version of the sport. But sadly, most of those early video game conversions of sports were some kind of variant of Pong. And since boxing isn't a sport that really converts well as a Pong variant, it had to sit on the shelf, at least the idea of it, until a company like Activision came along and actually put some thought into how to make a quality sports video game, and not just some kind of butchered up version of Pong. So yeah, even though Activision's boxing for the Atari 2600 looks pretty primitive, it was actually quite groundbreaking, because it wasn't a Pong variant. I mean, it actually resembled the sport of boxing. This game is either played as a 1 or 2 player game. The 1 player is obviously against a computer opponent. And the gameplay is quite simple. You use the Atari 2600 joystick controller to move your boxer around, and your fire button to punch. Now, whether you're punching with your left or right hand, that's just determined on which hand is closer to your opponent's face. You score 1 point for a long punch, and if you're in close, you can score 2 points for a punch. Now you have 2 minutes on the clock from the start of the game to score as many points as possible. If you manage to score 100 points within 2 minutes, that's considered a knockout and represented by a KO where your score was. And that's about all there is to the game. Although it looks extremely rudimentary by today's standards, it's actually kind of fun to play an opponent at. And believe it or not, this game was actually kind of groundbreaking for a sports title. I'm Dommy from Classic Games Revisited. Until next time.